One of the most fascinating, easy-to-care-for house pets today is the gerbil. And no wonder. It is gentle, highly intelligent, and requires very little attention. You'll be surprised, too, how much you can teach this bright, friendly little pet. Now let's learn more about the gerbil as we join a young girl on her way to school.
Hi there, Judy. Well, I see you have your hands full this afternoon. Whatever you have in that cage looks very interesting.
Hello, Mrs. Wilson. You see, we have show and tell at school today, and my teacher knows I've been wanting to bring my pet gerbils in for the whole class to see. So we thought it was a good idea for me to bring them this afternoon.
Gerbils? I never heard of them. Say, they're unusual looking. They look something like a kangaroo.
You're right. As a matter of fact, their nickname is Pocket Kangaroo because they have strong hind legs and can leap long distances. They also sit up on their haunches like a kangaroo, and they're tiny enough to put in your pocket.
Why do you have two of them, Judy?
We could have had one, for a gerbil can live alone, but they're much happier when they live in pairs. So we have a female and a male, and I'm glad because they have such fun together.
They're very active. Do they always play so well together?
Yes, they do. They usually sleep at night, and in the daytime they're very playful. Do you see that exercise wheel?
Yes, I bet they like that.
Well, they can spend hours on it, running at full speed, side by side.
That metal cage looks very sturdy.
It is. You see, gerbils can really chew, so you can't have anything made of thin wood or cardboard. Some people use an aquarium covered with a wire screen for a gerbil home. Gerbils like to dig and burrow, so I put about 2 inches of wood or cedar shavings at the bottom of the cage.
Do you have to keep their cage in a certain spot?
You should keep his cage in almost any light room or even outdoors in a dry spot. Gerbils adjust to almost any temperature, but you shouldn't put a cage in the direct sunshine because a gerbil doesn't need a lot of sun. He will only hide under his bedding.
You're really giving me a special edition of Show and Tell, and I'm very glad to learn all these things. How do you take care of your gerbil's cage?
Well, you know, a gerbil is very clean. Just like cats, they clean themselves all the time. And you only need to change the bedding and wash the cage once a week. There's a shelf across one side to give them another place to sleep and play on.
Do you ever take your gerbils out of the cage?
Oh, sure, but you really have to watch them. They're very fast. When they really get excited, they stamp their back feet. You have to be careful no other pets get near them, and also watch where they go, 'cause they really like to chew, and before you know it, they might be chewing on a table leg.
Could I hold one of your gerbils?
Sure. Let me put the cage down. You just have to be gentle. The best way to pick up a gerbil is with a scooping motion. Cup both hands under the gerbil and gently lift him up. And don't worry, they're very gentle.
You're right. They are gentle. Why, look, this little fella just loves being petted.
Let's put him down right here, and you'll see how he sits back on his haunches.
There you go. Look, he's resting his front paws in front of him, and he seems to understand what we're saying.
Gerbils have very good hearing, but they don't make any sounds at all. Since gerbils love to gnaw, it's a good idea to put a small piece of wood in the cage for them. You can even buy chew sticks at the pet store.
Judy, you're a very good teacher. I've learned a lot today about gerbils. Do you think I could come along with you to school and listen when you show and tell your classmates about your pets?
Oh, sure. Mr. Mackenzie's a great teacher, and he loves to have visitors in our class. I even made up a song about my gerbils, and sometimes I think they even understand what I'm saying. Did you ever have a gerbil for a pet? Well, a gerbil is so friendly. He's the very nicest pet that you can get. You can pet him, he is gentle. You can teach him
him how to do most anything. I adore him, I care for him, 'cause I know just what to do. I am lucky, oh so lucky, 'cause I've got not one but two gerbils, two gerbils, two gerbils have I.
Here we are, Mrs. Wilson, and there's my teacher. Hi, Mr. Mackenzie. I brought my pet gerbils today, and I also brought one of my neighbors who may get some gerbils for her little girl. Mrs. Wilson, this is Mr. Mackenzie.
How do you do, Mr. Mackenzie?
How do you do, Mrs. Wilson?
I hope you don't mind my coming along with Judy this afternoon.
Not at all. We're glad to have you here. We always enjoy sharing our show and tell time with parents and neighbors. Judy, everyone is here now. Would you like to start and tell us about your pets?
Well, everybody, my two pets are called gerbils. Their real name is Mongolian gerbil, and I think they're great fun to have. They're very friendly. That's one reason it's good to have more than one. They like to have company.
Do you have to feed your gerbils any special food, Judy?
Well, gerbils mainly live on seeds, grain, and grass. You can get a specially prepared gerbil food at the pet store. We also give our gerbils fresh vegetables every day. And they like bits of bread, sunflower seeds, crackers, cookies, potato chips, and raisins.
I heard they like to nibble. Is that true?
Yes, they like to eat a little at a time and seem to eat all day. And you mustn't give a gerbil too much food at one time. It can spoil and make him sick.
Judy, do you give your gerbils much water?
Well, Kathy, gerbils can go for a long time without water, but this is only if they have lots of fresh vegetables. My gerbils have fresh water all the time. If you look in their cage, you can see a gravity water bottle, which is just a fancy name for a bottle turned upside down with a stopper and tube.
How often do you clean the tube and bottle, Judy?
Every week when I clean the cage, I also wash the tube and bottle and fill it with fresh water. Gerbils need such a little bit of water that a full bottle lasts so long you can leave them alone in your home for a week and they'll still have enough to drink.
Judy, I can't get over all the knowledge you have about your pets. You must really love them to have taken the time to learn so much about them.
Well, they're really like a part of the family now, Mrs. Wilson, so I wanted to know all I could about them to make sure they're healthy and happy.
Say, have you taught your gerbils any tricks, Judy?
Oh, yes, Kathy. My gerbils are very smart and gentle, and once they trust you, you can train them easily.
And how do you do that?
Well, it's a good idea to first offer your gerbil a treat in his cage. Never reach in and suddenly grab a gerbil. He'll only get frightened and dart away. Talk to him. He'll soon get to know you and the sound of your voice. Then pick him up. But watch him. They're very active fellows, and he could squirm out of your hand in a second.
Do you ever let him out of the cage?
Yes, my gerbils love to roam around. They're very curious. But I have to watch them carefully so they don't get into any trouble. After they look around, I call them by name, and each time they come, reward them with a treat.
And that's the way you teach a gerbil his name?
Right. And you've got to be patient. That's what the man at the pet store told me. Patience. And go over each trick until he performs it correctly.
I'm sure their attention span is short, Judy, so I guess you shouldn't spend too much time on a lesson.
That's true, Mr. Mackenzie, and I'm careful never to squeeze him too hard or let him fall on the floor. Gerbils are hardy, but they can get hurt. If you whistle or chirp, you can get your gerbil to come when you call. And after he learns that, it's easy to get him to run up your arm and find a treat you've tucked in your pocket. Gerbils love to play, so I make learning kind of a game. And you must never punish him either. He just won't understand you, and he'll become frightened.
I can't wait to get my daughter a gerbil for her birthday. And Judy, I hope you'll teach her some of the things you've learned. You certainly know how to take good care of your pets.
Tell us, where is the best place to buy a gerbil? I may surprise my family tonight with a new pet.
We got ours at the pet store in our neighborhood. We got everything there we needed. And the owner, Mr. Green, really told me a lot of important things, like how to tell a male from a female.
Thank you, Judy, for bringing in your pets and teaching us so much about gerbils.
Did you ever have a gerbil for a pet? Well, a gerbil is so friendly. He's the very nicest pet that you can get. You can pet him, he is gentle. You can teach him how to do most anything. I adore him, I care for him, 'cause I know just what to do. I am lucky, oh so lucky, 'cause I've got not one but two gerbils, two gerbils, two gerbils have I.